Chitty. Chit.
What
chat
up,
with
everyone?
Chitty.
This is
Chidester.
Jerry Chidester. That's me. This is Chit Chat with Chiddy, MD. I'm Jerry Chidester, MD. That's a medical doctor. Recently board certified. You guys, I am so excited for today. This is one of my favorite, funniest peeps that I've ever actually met in my life. Okay, so we're gonna introduce her fully. It's all about her today.
Her official title is Funniest Woman on Instagram.
That I gave myself.
Sure.
You can write
Crumbs.
whatever you want in the bio.
If it's on the internet, it's real.
It's real.
Yep.
It's real. You just credentialed yourself. So again, I'm Jerry Chidester. This is my wife.
Am I introducing myself?
Yeah,
Again.
Okay. My name is Mindy, and
For the 16th time.
Well,
yeah.
have you ever watched?
I guess I'm the long-term special guest that.
Yeah. That's
You know-
just,
yeah,
that's
you
just
are.
like, that's your secret like title, or your special title
Yeah.
is permanent guest.
Forever
I think I
special
became
guest.
like Chandler and Phoebe on Friends. Like they were supposed to be just like
Oh, yeah,
side
that's right.
parts, and then they just were so awesome that they made them a real part of the show.
Yeah.
I think I'm the
Well,
Chandler.
when
Me
you're
and-
not here, it's not the same.
Me and Jerry couldn't carry it by ourselves.
Yeah, him and I, worst viewings when it's just him and I. It's like,
Good
this
job,
is,
Mindy.
yeah,
You need a
seriously.
woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fix
Well, we have
problems.
two women today.
Yeah.
Double the
Hey.
coolness.
Yeah.
So this is our producer over here.
Yes.
What's your name?
You like leaving
My
at
name
these
is
awkward
Yes.
pauses.
I know. That's what I'm
I
good
do
at.
that when I forget someone's name, which is how I'm feeling right now. Is you forgot.
You.
Yeah.
That's,
People's names.
You. No, actually, someone.
I
yeah.
say I'm just like, could you guys just introduce each other?
Yes.
Because I'm busy. I'm gonna check Instagram because I forgot your name.
Let me hurry.
That's what I feel like is happening
Yeah,
right
we
now.
have like
It's
a
like I
thing.
married her.
Yeah.
Her.
I think
This-
this
Years
is
ago.
the girl.
She has a name and she's gonna tell it 'cause I just call her woman.
He calls me dude or bro.
I do call her dude and bro.
Dude and bro.
Man is when it gets a little too much for me.
Hey, man.
I can take the dude and the bro.
We're not
but
here to
when
judge, whatever.
It's like, man.
This
Yeah.
is judge-free zone.
Right, judge free zone.
I'm just the dude that asks too many questions, so
They're good,
that's
though.
my intro.
That's
I'll
Ron
always
Nichols.
prepare you then.
He's prepared.
I used to spell Ron's name incorrectly.
Not
With-
Ron.
Well,
Tiff-
not Ron, R-A-N.
Oh, Nichols.
With two L's. It's one
Yeah.
L, though.
And then you spelled Tiffany's name wrong
Yeah,
in
but
that
let's be
video.
real.
You barely knew her at the time, or she was new at the time to
Yeah.
you. So, but that's fine. But
Because, Utah and Tiffany, you can spell it
I
19
think your
different
name
ways.
gets
Okay.
misspelled so much that you're
Yeah.
just like, F it. I'm going to misspell everybody else's name.
Yeah. Okay.
taking
And
you
then our
all down.
super, super special guest.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself.
I was hoping there'd be clapping.
I tried. It's going to sound super weird. It's going to be.
I'll put that Price is Right copy.
Yeah. Please, I do know your
Post-production.
name.
Do you?
I do.
Thank you.
But I'll let you introduce yourself. Or not let you, please. Give me the privilege of introducing yourself.
Thank you. I'm Sydney Beer, and I'm Cydbeer on Instagram, though, because Sydney Beer was taken, I think, by me. And I don't know what
You don't
email
remember
I
your
attached it
password?
to.
Oh.
It was like when I wasn't sure if I was going to get on Instagram, so I did my real name. I'm pretty sure it's me. Who else would do it?
Yeah.
But I don't know. So anyways, Cydbeer on Instagram.
That's
And
actually
Twitter.
very funny.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Just how it's even just the origin story. It's like
you.
Marvel, you don't have the origin, the superheroes. This
Yeah.
is your origin story on Instagram.
How
Oh,
you,
it is.
How you
Yeah.
became Cydbeer.
Oh, well, I was a different name originally.
Oh,
The Mest Nest.
Oh.
Did you know that?
no.
Yeah, I thought
Explain
you had
this.
to have a cutesy name.
Yeah.
And
What does the mess nest mean?
I thought, okay, so the idea was that people have, their cute nest in their house, and mine was messy. On
Ah.
Twitter, people were DMing me and asking if it meant I didn't shave. So I was like, what?
okay.
And then when one guy did it, I was like, whatever, it's Twitter. But when 7, I was like, I think I'm gonna change it. I think I'm gonna do something else.
Who knew that was a
I
a
know.
thing?
I didn't think that. So here I am with Sid. Beer.
We love it.
It's very inspiring.
You should start your own beer company called Cydbeer.
I should. I won't.
Microbrewing.
Beer,
I don't
beer.
drink, but I don't think that matters.
No.
Doesn't
I'll
matter.
be like, this is the best.
It's okay to profit off
tasting
something you don't believe in.
ever.
Everybody profits off
I
stuff
know.
they don't believe
I'll
in.
just lie.
I don't believe in my company I work for.
I mean,
but
it
I'm
would be,
profiting off
it'd
them
be
every
like
2
beer
weeks.
squared or just beer.
We were
Beer.
just talking about, my husband and I were talking about we should open a business of
You
some
hold
kind.
it closer.
We should open
There
a
you go.
business of some kind. And I think beer makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a sign.
It's already in the name. You know.
Yeah. Maybe I'll start drinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just don't tell your bishop to watch this.
I'll sell him the beer.
Well, no, I mean honestly, you could do like is it O'Doul's the non-alcoholic? Just do
Yeah.
like what do you want to call it? Beer, or beer squared, or beer's
Beer
beer.
squared.
all those
that's
But
a
it's
good
it's
one.
non-alcoholic.
There's the
Don't give
apple
away all
beer
these
and the
ideas you have.
butterbeer
I
and-
just went to
All those.
Wise
yeah.
Guys for stand up, and
Did you? Were you in it or just?
Oh, no.
Viewing.
Some-
I'm not.
No,
I'm
you
not
went
that
for
level yet.
what's his name?
TJ.
TJ Miller.
He's
Oh.
hilarious.
How was that?
I loved it.
He's
I was-
he's
the
controversial.
The first few guys that got on, I was like, I could do this. I could do that.
I
I'd
told
be
you.
better.
I
And then
told
he
you.
got on, and I was like, oh,
Listen, so that's
I'm gonna
what
just be quiet. But what I wanted to say about that is that someone was drinking O'Doul's.
Oh, really?
And, like, front
at Wise Guys?
row.
No
well,
way.
they serve
And
regular
I was
beer at
so
O'Doul-
embarrassed.
At Wise
I was
Guys.
embarrassed.
Did the guy like? Did
TJ
he, like,
Miller
totally,
went and he picked it up, and he like he was laughing, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna know that.
Really?
That's
Oh,
the
I was
worst.
so
if
embarrassed.
They're
That's
gonna
the
know
worst
I
if
have
you
a
get picked
Coke
on.
in here.
I'm like, can I have a Diet Coke? I mean a Coke. I'm gonna go crazy
Coke.
tonight.
with caffeine,
Always
not
caffeine.
decaffeinated.
Always caffeine.
Okay, so Sid, when I first met you, we were talking about because on your Instagram, I mean your followers have been blowing up. We were talking about this before we started. You have so many followers on Instagram. People love you. Twitter is kind of your home base, and then you do all of it. But I remember you told me, and I asked you, I'm like, how did you get so big so quickly? Can you share the story? At least what you had told me.
Gosh, I don't know if I
Your
remember.
true
Can you
origin
give
So
me-
story.
okay,
I make up a
it
lot
had
of
to
stories.
do. So this had to do.
I don't know what I told you versus someone else.
You're like, I'm getting caught in my lies. I don't know which one I told
I
you.
hate
No, I'm just
when
kidding.
this happens.
No, but you told me there was some article that came out like overseas or something that was published about you,
Oh, something went
and you
viral.
just blew up viral from
in
there was
like India or something.
and there
Yeah,
was
I
a story
remember
about you and
telling
your
Well,
husband.
I
Can you
I did not like grow significantly then.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a steady climb.
Okay.
But yeah, I shared a tweet on our anniversary, our 13th anniversary, and people love to talk about this one, which is interesting. But I was falling asleep watching a movie with his parents and him in their basement, and I just couldn't stay awake, and I fell asleep, and then I farted. And we were dating. Ben and I, we were dating. And
Wait, this was your
It-
13th anniversary, or you were
She
dating?
shared-
I
it.
shared this.
This
So
was shared
I'll,
the
I'll
tweet.
get there. I'll
Okay.
I'll wrap it around. So while Ben and I were dating, we were in his basement with his parents watching a film. I fell asleep and I farted in my sleep, and it was aggressive enough that it woke me up. And I knew what happened.
Was it where you dreamed it happened and then like you were
No.
kind of like it just woke you up?
It just woke you. Like
awoke.
you don't have to say sitting on this couch if it's happened to you. But I'm going to assume it has. So don't defend yourself. I won't believe you.
We don't judge here.
Good.
Because
Guilty
we all
until proven
understand.
innocent.
So, and then Ben claimed it. He was like,
And
"Excuse
because
me."
he was embarrassed in front of his parents that he brought a girl home that did that.
He was like, I'm gonna
Oh no, it wasn't her. It
break
wasn't
up.
her. It was me. I promise.
So then I said that he claimed it, and then I married him, and people liked that one.
Yes.
And then it went
That's a good one.
viral in other countries, in other languages.
That's
It was
Yeah, because you
amazing.
told me. Yeah,
This
you,
way-
you had a
where
bunch of
did you share this
followers that
on?
came
Twitter.
It was on Twitter at the time.
from like
they shared
other
it.
like was it India or like Indonesia or
Indonesia.
something? Yeah.
Like I have a fart
Yeah.
fetish over there, I guess.
I don't know. They're
there's-
nice. The
I-
people that have like reached out are very kind. I
Yeah.
like them a lot.
Yeah, the people that I have that from Malaysia, Indonesia, so nice.
I know.
Yeah, and I was like, hey,
Some of them call me aunt or mom, which
Oh.
is a form of it's like a complimentary
Like an
thing, which I didn't know
endearment.
at first, but I learned. But also I was like, why? Well, some of them will say sister, and I tend to like them more because I feel like that's more youthful.
Yeah.
So
Makes you
that's
feel
what,
better
yeah,
about yourself.
That's what I base friendship off of.
Well, so in Thailand, because it's Southeast Asia, exact same thing. You know, when you approach someone you don't know, you essentially are judging them, and you look and you try to figure out, okay, are they my age, younger, older? And then if they're older, is it the age of my mom, or like my mom's sister, who'd be like your auntie, an older aunt, which they have another name for that, or like grandma. So then you just approach. You don't call my name. So like if you're like, hey, it's
So
like.
how far above
young
your
lady.
age?
So if
does
nobody's
it get
called you
to
grandma,
amp?
you're doing
No
okay.
one's called me grandma, but
So it's it's
lately I'm
between
getting
you and
mom
your
more.
Well, you are a mom, so that's okay.
I just don't look like one yet.
But auntie, that's
Give me 10
good.
more
Sister,
years.
yeah. That
Well,
makes
in
sense.
Utah, if you look 18, you look like a mom. So
Well, you should be a
That-
mom
that's true.
if you're 18.
Who's not?
Kidding. Joking.
Well, if
should
you
be
know
on
the
your
culture
7.
here, you're not joking. No.
Yeah, I got married young, so.
So I think yeah, from the beginning when I met you, I was just every time I talked to you, I found myself just laughing. And
Oh, good.
you're
That's what I like.
not at you,
with
but
with you.
with you because you just have this sense of humor that is just amazing to me. I don't know if it just I think so many people it gets to them their core and they just relate to you.
Well,
How
I
did you
did come
guys
here to get compliments first off.
Well, her
Just wanna say,
husband
so
helped me
thank
out
you.
with my car and helped me out with some shoes. He's gotten me into these bad habits, so thank you, Ben.
I'm comfortable saying I got a boob job from him.
Okay.
Can you? Are you uncomfortable?
No, but I didn't want to say
I
anything.
You
didn't
should
know
have
that.
said.
See, this is
before.
why.
Brand new
Okay,
information.
Oh
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you happy you asked? Just kidding.
Wow. The people
Yeah,
want to know.
I did
so-
it. It
Yeah.
was something I said I would never do.
All right, so wait.
But I did it.
Break it down then. So you went
And
to
you
the
did it.
BMW. You went to the
you.
BMW dealership.
Ben,
You're
thanks
welcome.
you.
You got a new car, and then he said, "Hey, you should meet my wife.
For
she might
other
be."
way around.
It's actually the other way
It's the
around.
other way
Oh,
around.
okay.
So-
and my husband was not the one who suggested it. Otherwise, probably wouldn't be.
So
I
how did
wouldn't
you
share a tweet about
end
it
up
anymore.
deciding to go to Jerry then?
Because how much of this is interesting? Let me get.
Oh, I'll cut it out if it's not.
Okay. I only went to. Okay. I went because I wanted to breathe through my nose, and I had a deviated septum.
This is like going to Target for milk and coming back with cookies.
It's exactly
Yes.
like going to
Milk and
Target
cookies.
for
You get
one
both.
item. I went to Target for one item so I could breathe through my nose. And then when I was there and I noticed like silicone boobs
what
on
are
the
these?
counter.
Yeah.
And then when everyone was out of the room and I was putting them in,
This all makes sense now.
so I was like, oh my gosh, this is what it would be like to be a woman. I had no idea. So then I when he came back, the other doctor for the nose, just a deviated septum. I did not get a nose job, though he tried to
Upsell.
upsell, which I was laughing so hard about because I was like, who upsells a nose? He's like, for only a couple $1,000 more, you could look like this. I'm like, there's hardly a difference.
Did you get some stuff
Hardly.
thrown in as well, like a free something, free filler? Like if you act now, you get.
Act now.
I think I was
Act now. Get two.
I think that I had opened up the door too. I was like, I have thought about, like looking girlish, and
then
and my
watching-
husband was there, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I mean, if you
tell me
want,
more."
I love you how you are. You are great
That's
how
what
you
they all
are.
say.
Whatever makes you happy, that kind of stuff.
This
But
is
I
how-
suggest this size.
Exactly.
Go
They all
bigger.
say,
Whatever you
no,
want,
I
honey."
love,
Yeah.
I love you. I don't think you need them. They'll get sizers in. They'll have one big one and one small one, and they'll be, I like the one on the left. And you're like, that's the bigger one.
Right.
Yeah.
Weird that
Always.
you do.
But it's your
so
body.
fun.
Yeah, it's your
your
body.
body.
I
You
don't,
do.
if you
You
don't do
want.
it, it's fine. But I've already been saving like that. That's what he's.
So
that's what
in
it's
order
like.
in order to pay for all these extra things you bought at Target, he had to,
To sell a
convince
car.
Jerry to buy a
Because
car.
my husband works for
Yeah.
BMW.
This was his excuse
Well-
to me was, so what car do you drive?
Yeah, this is
He's
how it
like,
started.
Oh, I drive a Prius. And he's like,
Yeah,
you
I
drive
was
a
not
Prius?
happy.
And he's like, my wife can't see a plastic surgeon that drives a Prius. I'm sorry.
Okay, give me some credit. We were in Southern California. Literally, 9 out of 10 cars are black Priuses.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
parked next
I'm
to
fine
them.
with like the thing that about me and Ben is that I don't like cars. I don't really. I'm not into cars.
So you're not into what
Which
he
is-
does on a daily
You've never been
basis.
impressed by a guy's like when you just dated him, you didn't care.
Because he's had some awesome cars. He's shown me.
Yeah, he has.
Pretty awesome.
No, I haven't really cared until now. Now I care because I have a minivan, and so I always said I was chill. I was fine. I was humble. I didn't care. And then I got a minivan, and I was driving it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I care." I didn't know. I thought I was like, like earthy.
Earthy.
So here I am. I didn't drive the minivan here tonight, though.
Oh.
No, I
drove
saw what's
Benz.
out there.
Oh, I gotta go check it out.
Yeah,
you-
Pretty.
you want
and
Did Ben
X7.
send you in that?
No,
I didn't.
I-
See. Ben, he's
I'm a good
awesome.
driver.
One day he called me. He's like, "Hey."
He's good. He's
literally one of the
really
best
good.
salesmen.
No,
He's like, hey
amazing.
man. He's like, if you want to go online, just pick out whatever car,
build your dream
build your
car.
dream car.
Mindy doesn't like
We'll
your
get it in
husband
here.
very
You can
much
test
right
drive it. Mindy's like, if you come home in that car, you're sleeping in that car.
I mean, you probably made more money from my procedure than the car. So
I
So
don't know
it's
about
still.
that.
So we still owe.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'll be back.
That's true. Okay.
Bigger. I went a very humble size. I just want the
Yes.
viewers to know if they're trying to zoom in. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. They're
That's what
modest.
the pillows are for, to block
hide.
all of our
Yes.
surgeries.
Well, you know,
I recently got mine done as well.
They look nice. They look very real.
I was going for that, the natural.
so you
look.
got to tell me. There's another thing you have to tell me about, which you had told me before, and I really appreciated this. So this is going back to Sid's origin story.
You have to like give me a lot of detail. I have
I'm
a
going
very
to. Don't worry,
short-term memory.
because I remember these things.
Okay.
I remember things about my patients. I
Okay.
remember. I still remember the implant size you have and the profile.
Thank you.
So today I told a lady that.
I
No,
feel like a valued customer.
you are. You're very valued. But no, literally, I had a girl today for a consult. I was like, no, I really I know what size I put in patients.
It's amazing.
I've done a lot, so it's not like I've only done 2.
You're like your
Right.
mom.
If I
you
had 2,
know.
then yeah, I know 2. But I've done
Right.
a lot.
Like
No,
your
that's a
mom
good
will say,
thing.
"Hey, this friend from California came to my restaurant. She sat in that booth. She ordered this," and we're just like, "I'm like,
I'm not even like that a little.
yeah." I'm like, "How do you know that?"
Well, that's what I took.
I-
Yeah, L5, L7. I know the Curry numbers. But, okay, so you told me though, because I was like, why are you so like? You just crack me up. You're so funny. And again, not laughing at you, but just how you are able to carry yourself. And you kind of told me where it all started. And you went back to I think it was middle school or high school, and you were talking about science class or something.
Yes, that story is
Okay,
real.
you
so
you have to tell the
was
story.
1 out of 10.
Okay, so we have 2 out of 2 real stories right
7
now.
out of 10. Yeah, that's where everything changed. As far as my humor came, is because you see, I grew up in a very small town. I've gone to school. I went to school with the same 41 students from kindergarten to senior year.
Is it here in Utah?
No, it was in Arizona.
Okay.
And so our volleyball coach also was the English teacher and also served us lunch.
Oh, nice.
Then drove
Yeah,
us home
they
on the
do-
bus.
Yeah, they do it
Like
all.
that. They do it all.
Yeah.
It was
That's
it was
amazing.
really small.
It was an Inuit village in Alaska.
No, it was Arizona.
Okay.
She already said that, Ron.
Pay attention.
But it sounds
He
like
knows
an
what
Inuit. It sounds like an
implants I
Inuit
have.
village in Alaska. She's just using cover. She's using Arizona as a cover.
I just it was hot and not cold, and I think that's important.
Okay. Sorry for
For the
ruining
climate,
the story.
it was a sunny day, very warm. Anyway,
painting a
okay.
picture
So
here.
people from my class say that's not true, but I felt like I was very shy, very reserved, and I felt very self-conscious and all of that. So I don't feel like I was that loud. But there was a time in 8th grade where one boy, he asked. Oh wait, no, I have to tell this part first. Sorry. Okay.
No, you're good.
I had to read out loud in biology class. And we always did the popcorn reading where you call someone's name and then they have to read, and that way you're paying attention. And I was reading and I was supposed to say organism, but I kept saying orgasm. And everyone was chuckling. And I was just like, da da da, orgasm, da 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 da, orgasm. And my teacher was like, okay, that's enough. And everyone was like, ah! And I had no idea what happened at all.
I
And it was
would've been like you.
orgasm's the wrong word. That's all I knew. But I didn't know what that meant. I just also had to pretend that I meant to say it and that I knew what it meant. Back in those days, you had to go to a library, you had to pull out a dictionary, and you had to look up the word orgasm to find out what you said that everyone was laughing at, which is exactly what I did. Anyway, that was it. Everyone was laughing. Boys came up and patted me on the back and was like, "Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Can't believe you did that." One boy's like, "Oh, you're hilarious. When did you move in?" And I was like... you've sat in front of me for 4 years. So that was the moment. That was the moment where I was like, okay, I either am going to be the orgasm girl, which
Probably
now
pays really well.
which now looking back, I'm like, that was
You could have taken
business
this
opportunity.
Yes, it was.
but
Could
I'm
have
not
been very,
business minded.
very lucrative.
I know. And I mean, 40 students, it couldn't have been that lucrative.
Well, you gotta, that it's like the most famous like plot is small girl moves from a small town, or little
Like
Reba
girl
McEntire.
moves from a small town to a
Fancy.
big, yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
know that song,
Yep.
Fancy? Do you?
I do not listen to country. Let's be real.
Well, it's a song
I
about an
don't.
entrepreneur.
Challenges
With
to
her
do
body.
a TikTok with country music. So
I love country music. Get
That's
down
okay.
with that.
Mindy tried to get me into it when we
did.
were
I
dating
tried
in high
hard.
school. The
doesn't
closest I
like it
got
either.
was Tim McGraw, and that was pushing it.
Well, anyway,
Little
Fancy. She
Rascal-
starts off in like a
Rascal Flatts.
poverty situation. She moves up
So
because
yeah.
of sexual activities,
Oh, I
sexual
see.
enthusiasm,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I mean, there's different ways, in life to, get where you want to
I
be.
know.
So
we
I'm
really
not judging, I
sidetracked
love
that.
that
He's gonna go to
story.
the
I
library.
know. Where did
So
were
you,
we?
it was either Orgasm Girl or
Or I better learn to be funny.
okay.
And so I was like, I'm going to be funny. And then I started my route, which I'm not sure if anyone thought I was funny in high school. But one time I rewrote a rap,
wow.
Hard Knock Life.
You
we-
did.
We've
The
talked
Jay-Z
about
one?
this.
Did we talk about
Yeah, I
this?
think we did.
And no, I don't. Is it Jay-Z?
Yes.
Hard Knock Life? It's definitely not Reba
No,
McEntire.
it's Jay-Z.
That we know.
Yeah, I rewrote it with some girls and we performed it in front of the
Wow.
auditorium and
In front of the 40
nobody
kids? No.
clapped. No, there's
No way.
no
At the
one
end.
kid. It's like I don't know if this is real, but it's in my head is real.
Yeah.
That the one kid with like a broken leg, and they had 2 crutches, and he was like slow clapping. No one else. I don't know if that's real. But I
So
think
was it
is.
like you ended?
Yeah, there's like
And then you stood
pictures.
there.
It
Yeah,
was-
and then it was just like I think people were like, "What?"
What did we just witness?
And they were like, "Is that the
amazing.
orgasm girl?" I'm like, "I'm not that. I'm funny."
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
But I think when you think about like comedy, I'm not a comedian, but I'm sure like you get both ends of the spectrum, right? Like people that think you're hilarious, and some people are just like,
Oh, for sure.
that
Yes,
would be
definitely.
hard.
Like my parents, they're like, "You're not funny."
It's like the first time I seen your videos, just the way you present them, I was like, why is she not doing stand up? Like it
It's
is.
because it's Wednesday nights, and I have soccer. I'm a soccer mom
Yeah.
in my
And her van,
minivan.
she got a minivan.
Maybe one day when the schedule doesn't conflict.
Yeah.
But for now, it conflicts.
But anyway,
Anyway.
I just thought, I was like, she is so funny. And what I love is like you like blur this line between edginess and being clean. Like,
Wholesome and edgy.
yeah, like
All
you don't,
together.
you, I don't think I've ever seen you cross that line of you can't show your face in church next week.
I mean, I don't know how the people at church feel, but I still go. It's just like
Like,
at
that was
church
about
when
me.
they're like, anyone have comments? And I'm like this. They're like, okay, well, we'll move on.
Well,
Or just move on. Looks like nobody does. I'm like, excuse me. And they're
Hello.
like, yep, okay, we're moving on. Happens. But other than that, it's good.
I think you look at like in Utah, I think that's what it gives you kind of a leg up to be successful if you want to do stand up here. You look at like Brian Regal. Is that his name? Brian Regal?
Brian
Reagan.
Reagan, that's it.
Reagan.
I don't really
Reagan.
follow him, but I know like he really became big here in Utah first, and because he was able to kind of straddle that line of like he's not
clear
overly
comedy.
dull, but he doesn't cross the line of being too edgy either. You know,
Well, if I cross the line, I apologize now. But
I'm all
I'm not
for
in-
crossing the line. Other people aren't, but I'm just saying.
Well, how
I just-
big
I
is the
just don't-
line?
Depends on what
I
state
think the
you're
line
in.
is blurred.
In-
I think
That's
there's
blurry.
a song about that.
It's blurred lines.
Yeah, I think that's called that.
Robin Thicke,
Yeah.
or his son, or
No.
his dad, or something.
Robin Thicke.
Robin Thicke.
His
There's a
dad
song
is
about
his
it.
dad is
Alan Thicke.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was a dad and
have no
a son.
He was on Growing Pains. The dad on Growing
Robin
Pains.
Thicke and
I did
Pharrell.
not.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know
right.
TV references at all. I didn't even know your Friends one. I didn't watch Friends.
You watch
You didn't
Friends?
watch- oh.
Okay,
Wait,
this is also, you guys. This is
I don't
intervention
I don't
tonight.
understand
That's
what's
not
going
how
on
you-
right now.
Ben actually
No.
told us this is the truth. With
You're like-
intervention, we've brought you here. We have all 10 seasons. You're watching them tonight.
Are you that much younger than us? That or
Yes,
you?
that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
No, I,
Well,
I
then
watched
they just got
Matlock.
pulled-
Did anyone
Oh,
else watch Matlock?
I watched Matlock too when I was like 7.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
That's what I
It's like that with
That
Angela
was my
Lansbury,
jam.
Murder She Wrote,
I was
like
like,
those
I'm
two.
gonna be a
Got pulled from
lawyer.
Netflix.
She
I
was-
can't even
Do
reference
this.
He was good, though.
She was in an Inuit
was a good
village in
lawyer.
Alaska. There wasn't a lot to watch up there. So.
I grew up on a pig farm, so I mean,
In Arizona.
yeah. So that's why I think all the jokes are mine.
So do
'cause
pigs?
I don't know they already
So
exist.
in Arizona, is there mud when it's hot? I'd imagine it all dries up. So don't pigs lay in mud?
Yeah, I think my dad didn't really like allow me to help on the farm very
Oh,
much.
okay.
Like I like to say I grew up on a farm, but really he was like,
You grew
you
up
should
in
have been a
house.
son. Go inside like that. It's fine. It's fine.
It's probably better you don't have to
It's
worry about that.
fine. It's okay. So I didn't really do like my grandpa taught me how to irrigate, so I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah,
but I don't know. They just smelled bad, and
Yeah.
they were pigs, and I got out of doing all the chores. My brothers
We
had
don't-
to do them.
we don't
There's four
judge
boys.
4 boys. Oh.
Yeah, so I was like kind of
Where are you at in the four
second
boys?
oldest.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they all live like here? Are they Arizona? They're kind of all over.
No, they're military. For
Really?
the most part, 3 out of 4.
Oh.
Wow.
And so
Were your parents too? Or your dad? Okay.
Oh, he's just a
he's
pig,
a pig farmer.
Yeah.
You got to stay put when you
Yeah.
have a pig.
Well, I don't know if he's like special forces gone hiding out
Undercover.
in Arizona at pig farm.
Undercover
Yeah.
pig
If
farm.
he is,
Gotcha.
he's doing a great job because I didn't even know. He did know Spanish very well.
You'd be
maybe-
surprised who works for the government.
Yeah.
Is what I've learned.
Maybe he does. But he kept that from us. So
Cool. So then they're all over still. Like they're
well,
active
mostly in
duty
Arizona.
or okay.
And then one in Colorado now. But they've
cool.
lived all over.
Yeah. And then you moved up here because you said you dated Ben in high school, or you knew each other younger.
No,
later?
he served a mission in our town.
Oh, cool.
So I saw his pretty blue eyes
Yeah.
when he was an elder beer.
Elder beer. Ooh,
So
I
you
like
corrupted him while he was on his mission. Is what you're confessing to?
Yeah, basically. No, he didn't even know who I was at all. He was like, that little poor girl is here for food again. That's what I was
that. The
like.
girl at the pig farm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at that little boy. And then I got a boob job.
And things changed.
Things changed.
So what town did you grow up in?
It's titled Pima.
Pima.
Like Pima.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Very good.
I just
Yeah.
I thought Lima. and
Pima Rough Riders.
Oh, you were a Pima Rough Rider?
Uh-huh.
Is that your
That's
high
why I
school
did the
Did you,
mascot?
guys, did you guys listen to the DMX song all the time? Stop, drop.
Yeah. Those were-
Definitely school dances.
like literally every school dance.
School dance.
That's how Rough Riders roll.
Now,
Yeah.
did you? Okay, so you did this Hard On Life dance. Do you dance? Because I have a feeling you actually dance.
She
No.
wrote a rap.
I know.
She didn't say she
no,
I also
but
don't
do
rap.
you dance?
For the record.
Do you dance?
No, I wish.
Okay.
I'm not good. I mean, I'll dance because everybody can dance. It just
Yeah.
doesn't look
Are you
good.
doing TikToks yet?
No, not yet.
So that's my.
She
Are you
did
on
a video
TikTok?
about
Are you on
dancing,
TikTok
though?
Huh?
About you went to a club or somewhere with a friend.
Yeah.
She a whole
That's on-
story.
And that's
It
what
was
I'm.
pretty
Yeah.
hilarious.
Okay, so I didn't get to see
Like, I
that.
feel like I look good when I dance. But, like, if you catch a reflection, like, in a TV,
Like whoa.
Like, oh, it's not
bad.
me.
It's really bad. I tried Zumba, and I was,
Oh.
like, feeling it. Like, I was, like,
That's why.
so good.
That's why Jerry
And
doesn't
then you
have
look up and you're-
mirrors anywhere
Yeah.
around here.
No, you're a
mirrors.
great
No
dancer.
So I tried Zumba. Luckily, it was within my own home on the TV. And I've never felt so old or white in my whole life.
I know. I feel like
I was like,
I give
where
people
did any
bad
rhythm
name.
go?
Like, I am a white woman who can't dance, who drives a van to soccer practice.
Yeah.
It's over. That's it.
In Utah.
In Utah. With a blog.
You're every BMW salesman's fantasy.
Yes. Lucky Ben. Here I am. No, that's it.
I have noticed recently because okay. So first off, I think you would do awesome on TikTok. By the way, you can go viral. You can go viral pretty quickly on TikTok.
I know they say that, but I don't know.
You don't have
I mean,
to
I
do
have one,
dances.
She has a video that has like a lot of views, a lot,
And
and she
done.
literally just did something funny. It's just fun.
Yeah.
The
Yours
funny
are
ones, I
really
think.
great.
Well,
They're
what
fun.
I'm realizing is like you said. So when I would do these and play them back, I'm like, ugh, like I have to go like 150% to make it look like I'm actually dancing a little bit. You know,
You're
you
like,
Oh.
have to like over.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm not an
I mean, take
actor.
notes.
he's
Yeah.
like drill teaming it.
I have to. I'm
Really?
like,
Because it looks so chill.
oh yeah, I don't feel chill. I'm like sweating, like straight
It's
sweating.
some of them. It
Yeah, some of 'em
depends
are
on the
chill.
type.
Yeah. It's just fun. I don't get to work out at all. So this is like my only workout.
Is TikToks?
Yeah,
Your
I'm like
workout
literally-
program is TikToks.
That's his cardio.
Yeah, it's my cardio.
It's a lot of cardio too. I've seen him. He's
Lots of
They-
retakes.
he's sweating
Yes.
Yeah, lots. That's
They're
why.
only 15 seconds.
I know, and it's like 40 minutes to do one for me.
on a good day.
I'm getting it down. I got it on 10
I'm
minutes. on some of
judging
them.
so hard.
It's I can see it. I just feel the
I'm
judging.
judging.
I know. I didn't feel that till right now.
He's all, it takes
The
me
la-
like 10 minutes to learn one. And I'm like,
Yeah, you
I-
kind of looked at me
I-
like you're ready to leave now. It's like
I just remembered I had something else.
She thought you were getting all these in one take.
No.
Six. Oh, is that my? Oh my
I
God,
almost
gotta
feel
go.
like social media is not even real. Is it? It's not
It's
real.
not. It's not.
Oh, then it will probably take me like an hour and a half. Is really what I was thinking. That's the truth. I was like, if it's gonna take you that long, I don't know.
Well, no, you're
My
you're a
kids
quick
always
learner.
want stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
doing an Instagram
You
video.
guys,
I tried to copy one that he did the other day.
you did great.
And it literally took me an hour. And I was so exhausted from having to change the hoodies because it is 7 different hoodies.
I know
had
the
to
hair by the
change.
end is just like.
It was 7 different hoodies I had to put on, and I had to do it like 10 times
Yep,
each. So that's
'cause you
like
go back and
70
forth.
hoodies I wore over an hour because I was trying to replicate. I'm like, all right,
That's
I'm not
pretty
doing
good
it
though.
anymore.
You did
More
great,
than one
though.
a minute.
You did great.
70 in an hour.
That's what I like.
I
Those
don't- I'm
challenges.
I feel like a little nervous with technology that's like more than just don't spell your wrong. Don't use the wrong your.
Oh, with
which
like-
is really terrifying to do. And
Did
so
I put the apostrophe in the air or an e?
I sometimes will get those random, like you forgot a comma. I'm like, thank you.
Jerry,
Also-
Jerry did that to me the other day. He's like,
He
what did
corrected.
I spell wrong?
But you said
Lunch?
lynch,
lynch.
like we're gonna lynch someone. Like, dude, you cannot use
Well,
that.
that's
Well,
not
that's
how
a
you
Y.
spell. Yeah.
But
So
we gotta be
so
careful.
what I didn't realize is when you do all caps and you type, autocorrect doesn't work.
yeah.
That's why it didn't change it from lynch to lunch. It just left it because I did it all caps.
Well, it seems to work
I
on
like
mine.
that you did all caps lunch.
'Cause-
Lunch all caps.
I'm trying to
The
tell people
enthusiasm.
that they can get a
Yes.
free lunch from him. Nobody seems to want it. We have like 12 people signed up for this giveaway to go with a free lunch for Jerry.
All
So
caps.
They just okay.
Well,
you might
you
as
gotta
well
watch the
because no one wants to
podcast,
eat lunch
so-
with me.
Maybe they'll go if I go.
Yeah. Okay. You get to eat lunch with Cydbeer. Okay.
I do not talk while I eat. I focus.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
I
we-
zone in.
I guess we'll have to have a new secret word for this one.
Secret word for today is what was it? Messy nest. What nesty? What did you?
The nest.
Is it? How do you
embarrassing.
spell the mess? Are you saying
M-E-
mess?
maybe
nest?
MESSED.
Yeah.
Nest. NEST.
And I like that with Twitter because of birds and a nest and
Right.
mess
It
nest.
seemed-
Like
I
it goes.
even like doodled a cute little like
Oh.
clothesline with like
Oh.
birds, and it was like it's messy, but it didn't. It wasn't the right name. You gotta change. You gotta change with the times.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. You have to be dynamic, adaptable. It's
Just
true.
go with
I've
your
changed.
name.
I've changed my name like 10 times. I never can decide what I want to be known as
That's
on the
fine.
internet.
That's the thing. You can do it. You can be who you want to be. You can
Yeah.
catfish the world if you wanted to.
I'm pretty satisfied
can.
with it now, though. So
There's this new show on Netflix called The Circle, and at first
Oh.
I was like, I can't get into it, and now I'm like sucked in. So they bring on these people. They are all in their own rooms, and they
like almost like an apartment, right? Or almost like
they're in their
like a
own
living room.
apartment. They can't see each other. They can only communicate kind of like social media, and they're trying. And then they all vote who is the best, and they're influencers for the week, and then they get to kick someone off. And then a
What?
new person
And they
comes.
communicate
So-
through like a
Crazy.
chat.
this is
Yeah.
like
Tell the
a
TV
And
it's
they
like a
have-
reality show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have their profile pictures, and then as they play these games to get to know each other, they earn more profile pictures or a video. But some of them are catfishers.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Catfisher? Is that
It
what
is
they
now.
would be?
Yeah.
It's pretty
Like
interesting.
one's like a dude pretending to be a woman in profile.
I would be all about that.
Yeah.
I
pretty
actually. Do you remember
Oh,
what were those?
You
the-
actually have done.
I've
catfish
done
before.
it
Mess
before.
nest? What?
Before the mess nest.
Okay.
You know, chat rooms when
Yes,
I started.
Yeah.
AOL
My
chat
friends
rooms.
and I,
Yes.
we
Oh, yeah.
did it. We
Yeah.
did it before it was a thing. We would like say the craziest
You're the
stuff
OG
to people.
catfishers.
Yeah, we were good. Like,
That's
because once prank calling went away, you had to do something else.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
that's
So-
that would explain why none of my dates showed up. I got catfished all the time.
It could have been 4 13-year-old girls because that's what we were. And we would get crazy and say the worst stuff.
Yep.
Not
'Cause you're like, I can be whoever I wanna
not
be.
cross the line. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was really weird. We
was a
did
big
weird
line.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's like the early inception of all these like AOL chat rooms, IM, all that stuff, you know? AIM, AIM. We used to chat on that.
Aw.
Yeah, we did. That's where we
good
got in our
times.
best fights.
Oh man.
The
Do you
best
need to
ones.
talk about something tonight, Mindy?
Every
Therapy, intervention. This whole episode is.
I actually on the side I do counseling.
Okay, we
Oh.
may need to.
night. TikToks and BMWs,
I'm
the top two
catfishing
of
them
our
right
list.
now. I don't do counseling.
It's like,
It was
so.
the in life catfish.
Trying
right
to
now.
trying to get the money
Tell me
trying to
about
get the money back for those implants.
It's $180, but it'll be worth it. It'll change your life and your marriage.
Thank you. Well, here's the funny thing. This house, actually, I grew up in this house. So when we were dating in high school, yeah, I mean, it looks different. It didn't look, we weren't this forward thinking 30 years ago to look like this nowadays. It used to be all yellow and orange
Shaggy
carpet.
rugs.
Yeah, just weird stuff. But my bedroom is down in the basement. Slept with the dogs. Breakdancing pad down there. And
Linoleum.
yeah, we'd hang
square.
out here. So my parents,
wild.
they still own this, so we rent from them right now, and they moved. They bought a new home. It's kind of fun to be here.
That's wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of history, a lot here, a lot of head spins.
You grew up in a large house.
It's one
Well,
of
he
these
has-
multi-level homes. That's like weird design, or it's
He has
like
3 siblings, so
let's have 6
We grew
floors.
up in like a little shack that like
With
we got
pigs.
to take turns who got to sleep in the bed.
Come on.
It's a small exaggeration.
you started from the bottom. Now you're here.
I know. Now I have my own bed
It's good.
with the man.
Okay.
Standard man included.
Oh, there's nothing standard about him.
He's pretty awesome.
Ginger.
Yeah. But he's like, he just has like a very big personality,
Yeah.
Like he is. But he's like down to earth.
Well, he's a big personality. Yeah,
Kind of a man
calming
crush
and
on him.
just-
No,
yeah,
I don't feel like he's down to earth or calm, but I'll tell him he said that. He's so. Are you done? Have you had enough?
He
He's
just
like,
stopped
this
recording.
Is so boring.
He's like, literally, this is the worst one we've recorded.
This was a bad idea.
Can we
And
take
quit.
this back?
I'm not actually going to post this. Don't worry.
Oh wow.
That
Well-
secret
It's
word
happened
won't be
before. It's
necessary.
fine.
Well, Sid, we know that your life is busy. You have kids that you're raising. You got your minivan.
Yeah.
Well,
Life's
speaking of the minivan, though, give us a little tiny history of the stolen minivan.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is
Okay. That I was a really good storyteller. Just want to start with that.
How all good storytellers start.
good. Really laugh at their own jokes, right?
I know.
Hold on, let me stop laughing at my joke before I tell
That's
it
why
to you.
Twitter works for me. No one knows how hard I'm laughing while I'm typing it. This one's so good.
They're gonna love this
And no
one.
one retweets it.
Kind of like the Hard Knock Life.
It's totally like that. That prepared me for Twitter.
See?
It's like I don't need
Life.
anybody to like it. I'm fine. I'll keep doing it. Yeah, my van got stolen. Well, the great thing about this story is that I have a collection of tweets about no one would steal a minivan. Like you would
Before
not do
it actually got stolen.
Yeah, like the law of the
No.
universe.
Probably a follower that stole it then.
If I have meth head followers, then it might be. I actually checked
Meth
to
heads have
see if
to
she
laugh,
followed
too.
me because I know what her name is. And I found her on Facebook, and then I looked her up on Instagram, and she was not following me, which I feel like she could at least give me that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
at least be a follower.
If you are listening,
There's
Follow
only
my
like 90 people that
account.
listen to this, so you're good.
well,
And they're all no, never mind. That's a bad joke. Never mind.
I'm gonna edit that, huh? You're gonna walk away again. You done? Okay, so I always left my keys in the kids' care when I dropped my daughter off to go to the gym, and that day I didn't because she was throwing a fit and she didn't want to stay, but I really wanted her to stay because she was throwing a fit.
Yeah.
So I did not want to go back in there. I just wanted to go to the sauna and play on my phone, like I do at the gym.
Yes.
And so I just decided to take those keys and put them in a locker. And it was like 9:30 a.m. and I put it in my locker, and then I actually went and worked out really hard and aggressively and focused and disciplined.
So you put it in a locker without
Half
a
the
lock.
story is
yes.
not true.
And
Mainly.
so I put it in an unlocked locker. The very first time
Oh,
I've ever
no.
done that. And that's serious. At that
Really?
gym. I've done it
Yeah.
at other gyms, but not that one.
Do you want to name the gym?
24-hour fitness. Okay.
24-hour criminals.
24-hour
Obviously.
That's right. And so I went back after my very difficult workout, and I went to grab the keys and they were gone. And I thought, oh, where did I put them? And I shook off I had a sweatshirt in there, and I shook it off. And I was like, I must have dropped it, left it at the front. Like, I don't know. And I asked the kids' care if they had my key, asked the front desk, and I went back, and she's like, is your van still here? And I was like, of course it's, oh my gosh, I don't know. And I went and looked out the window and it was gone. And then I made like 3 people
way.
walk around the parking lot. There's 5 cars because it's like 10:30 a.m. and there's like nobody there. And I was like, just come out with me. Walk around and make sure before I call the police and call my husband and make sure it's not there. And it wasn't. It was gone. And it was
Whoa.
stolen by a woman who likes meth and she likes vans.
So how did you end up
You put a lot of meth in a
finding
van.
out
Well,
where it was?
it's a
tracking it
newer
down?
van, so it has a tracker, and so the police were able to track
So you just
that.
remotely shut it down.
Yeah, they could shut it down, but they said they tried to escape again.
Oh,
So they popped a tire,
nice.
which I think,
They can do that? Like police do that?
yeah,
Or
that was a tool. But
Oh, they did
my
that?
theory is that it was a new toy. It was a new toy, and they just wanted to practice. I don't think the
Nice.
meth had
Guys,
shots.
we haven't got to use
I
this
know.
yet.
I looked them up and down, tried to get a feel to see, and I feel like I'm right. I feel like they just really wanted to pop a tire.
Yeah, they're like, this is gonna be awesome, you
I
guys.
could be wrong.
And it's a
And I'm
minivan.
grateful they found my minivan. But yeah, so
Did it smell like meth?
no, I was in there a long time trying because I haven't done any drugs. I'm interested.
Did the police
but
tell you that she was a meth head, or is this you found out afterwards?
They left tools in there and they were high, as they say on the streets. High.
Do they only say that on the streets?
I have no idea. I don't know what they say.
I
Mike,
mean, literally,
I've had a
LA,
car-
like everyone's on meth.
I've had
so.
a car stolen by a meth head too.
You did?
They
Yeah.
found a meth bag and a meth pipe. They're like, "Is this yours?"
Well, but let's
I
talk
was,
about where you
like,
left your
18.
keys.
They were in the car, but it was in the garage with
That's
the
worse.
garage.
But the garage was
shut.
open.
No, the garage was shut. They broke the garage to get
That
in.
happens. You should be careful.
I've learned.
Yeah, listen to her. You should
At
be
least you're
careful.
leaving
I'm
the
just
ignition.
telling you, you should be careful. So.
She's
It
speaking
was
from
in the cup
experience.
holder.
Yeah.
They had to dig a little.
We've had 2 cars stolen.
Wow.
Ben had one stolen.
Oh, he
before.
did.
Yeah, it was
Was
a
it-
Honda Civic.
Oh.
We had it for like 3 days, and it's the most stolen car. And it was back when, we were.
Everybody was
it
having
a long time
Civics.
ago. Mhm.
Yeah.
You said you used to, and when you're in California, you always were asking people, have they done meth before you operate them? Do you do that here?
Yeah, he asked
asked
me like
everyone.
8
I did.
Well, I mean,
was
you do
like,
give off a
I know
certain vibe.
we've gone over this several times. Sid.
Are you on meth right now?
AKA the mess nest.
The meth nest.
Meth
The
nest.
meth nest.
The meth nest.
That Twitter handle
That
was
name
taken.
was taken. Yeah.
You're like, where have you been doing this? Oh my gosh.
I guess we'll do Cydbeer. Meth nest is taken.
And then people don't think that's my last name. I get asked often why I chose to
Beer?
have beer in my name.
It is a unique last name. I did think
is.
I did
Cool.
think the same thing too. I'm like, is that really her husband's last name? Like,
Yeah, it is. And I feel like we never touched on this, but I did not actually corrupt him on his mission.
We'll make
I
that
know that's
clear.
back, but
Well, that's good.
okay. I just want to make sure you knew.
we can come back to
Yeah,
that.
we have close
No.
families. Same thing. They didn't
Yeah.
corrupt, but they're married. They're happy.
So you just waited till you sat back from afar, waited till he was done, and then followed him to Utah and say, "Hey, I've been stalking you for 2 years. Can we get married?"
Well, she talked
now?"
about
That's
chatting.
the
you know.
short version.
Oh, okay.
Is that
You stalked him. Okay.
That's fine.
I did stalk him and I prayed
That's
a
fine.
lot. I was like, God, I will.
Guys do it all the time. It's okay for girls
They
to do
prayed
it.
to get the girl. I prayed to get the guy. I was like, I will have children. I will.
I will be what you need me to
I will
be.
make him sandwiches day and night. Give me that man. And I got him.
It worked.
And I do not cook. Lied.
But you don't have to
Well,
cook a
cook a
sandwich. You can make a sandwich.
I mean, if I was going to do a sandwich, I'd do it like a warm
If I was
sandwich.
going
oh,
to do it.
warm.
If I were
If
to
I
make
was
a
going
sandwich.
to,
If I
was
could.
never
to
done
do
one,
that.
but if I was going to,
If I was going to do that kind of work, I lied to get in. Everyone does it a little bit. He was like,
Fake it till you make it.
yeah, he's like, I'm really into fitness, and I was like, not at all, and I was like, me too. Love it.
The best.
We could go over a list of this. He's like, a clean house, that's important to me. I like tidy. I'm like,
me
should
too.
see
I
my
live
room.
with hoarders, but yes.
Never,
the
I've
same.
never been on a pig farm. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like, no pigs. We're modern. I lied to get that man. And he's lucky for
It's
it.
so worth it.
I know. We're so happy. Happily married.
Yeah,
Thanks
you guys
to
are
me
awesome.
and my lies.
How long have you been married?
15 years coming up in May. 15.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I know, it's wild.
We just had our 16. That's good. We're close.
Yeah, we are.
50's a good. Well, I gotta say round. It's not a round number, but it's a good number. You know.
Yeah.
I think
It's a big
it
number,
feels
yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
10,
It's a
15,
big-
20,
it's
25.
Like a good reach,
Yeah, that's
you know?
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Are you guys?
Got
Did you plan
15.
anything fun? Do anything fun? Did you guys do anything, or just kind of like dinner?
We keep talking about
McDonald's?
it. Like we got,
McDonald's.
yeah. Ben
Well,
loves McDonald's.
We should get them a room at the anniversary inn when we do the ghost hunt. That could be their 15th anniversary present.
The anniversary inn. Is that
It's
people
haunted.
love that one, right?
It's
Are you doing ghost
flippin'
stuff?
haunted? Yes.
I mentioned.
We have
So
we have
she
a ghost
doesn't- So she
vlogger.
doesn't watch the podcast.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't watch it either. I do one take. We're done.
Oh wait. You guys, I love that episode about the ghost hunter.
Yes.
Can we
Yes.
just talk
Well, she
about
wasn't
it?
on yet.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite. Oh.
Okay.
We talked a lot about it. No, so we talked about.
Keep trying.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Are you gonna
Just
unfollow
roll with
me?
it. We don't
Just be
judge.
honest.
No, we're good. But no, we talked when we stayed there for our first anniversary when we were first married. We stayed at the one downtown briefly. These guys heard it a million times. It was haunted, super haunted.
I love
And then we
that.
talked about this, and we had a ton of people message us and say we had the
Similar
same experience,
experience.
different room at the one downtown. So we've had,
I'm gonna-
I had
I wanna
4 or
hear
5
about
couples.
location.
I'm gonna go
Just
back and
different.
listen
Yeah.
to this for real,
Dude.
And I mean
So
that.
our plan.
integrity.
So first off, this year I was gonna surprise her and go stay in the same room on our anniversary again, but we ended up going to Disneyland instead. That was way less
Wah,
haunted.
wah.
That's
But
super
yeah, the
sexy.
plan is we're gonna get all the couples that have messaged me. It
Good
is.
job.
It
You
is.
guys are definitely getting 20
At least. At least.
Disneyland.
I mean, we went there on our honeymoon.
Sentimental,
That's not,
okay?
you know,
Sentimental. Don't judge.
it is sentimental. Just
We
her
went
and
to, like, the
I.
Marriott one
for-
night.
All the pig farms were booked. They didn't have any other option.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go stay there. And there's a girl that I know. She's a vlogger. She does ghost. She's all the equipment for ghost hunting and stuff.
Cool.
So I talked to her. She's gonna come. So you should come. You and Ben. You
I'll
guys
come.
get.
I'll be really scared. I
whatever
need to stop in the
themed
middle
room.
of the day, like at noon, so I can go. Otherwise, I'll be too scared. Can you
Well,
do it at noon?
word is
Go
like one of the
go sleep
listeners
during
told me
the
this.
day.
To get this. This is in the daytime, or I guess it's in the morning. She was driving by, listening to the podcast. She goes by South Tampa
It's
every day.
early
She goes by
morning.
early. Oh, it was like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
She looks up, okay, as she's listening, and sees this dude's silhouette
Like a-
in
like
the
a
bay window
figure.
upstairs. Guess what? That's the room her and I stayed in. Just this
I'm gonna
dark
stay
figure.
after this is done because I want to know more.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
tell you more.
I love
Yeah.
it. I was just
Dude,
a guy
it's
is helping us
creepy.
build shelves in our house right now, and I don't know why, but he walked into the kitchen,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hey, let's talk about ghosts."
No way. What did he say?
This was today.
No, it was yesterday.
And
I
what-
was like, "Let's talk about
where'd
ghost
this go?
stories." I was like, "What?" And I was
What
like, "Yeah, let's
possessed
talk
you?
about."
What possessed you to talk about it?
I don't know. I just thought it was a great idea, and my daughter was at preschool,
You're like, I need
and
some
I
new
was
content.
lonely.
I need some new content. I'm gonna. You
Can we talk about ghosts?
Hey, adults in my house, let's talk about ghosts.
want to tell ghost stories?
And he did. He let
Really?
me talk about ghosts for like 30 minutes. So he's like, "Well, I'm gonna get."
He was
back
on the
to
clock,
job."
It's like so.
It's like I'm getting
Like,
paid by the hour. It's
psycho.
okay.
So have you seen ghosts?
No, that's what I told him. Actually, is
Mm-hmm.
that I've never seen him, and I don't think I want to.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes,
Yeah.
love that stuff.
I do too.
I
Okay, we're
grew
gonna
up
talk about it
reading
after.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Oh heck
and
yeah!
Those, like the scary.
Do you mean Scary Stories
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah,
The ones like the
that
hand
song,
and the.
Never Laugh. When it, do you
Was
know that?
was that in the book? No what?
Yes, they had like
Which one?
music in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I
I'm sorry,
knew.
I'm really ADD.
That's okay.
I cannot stop.
I don't
fidgeting.
remember that music, but I remember reading because it had the black cover with the white and the red.
Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah.
they have
Scary
songs
Stories.
in there.
Oh,
And there's
wait,
one-
how did you just
I'm
sing
not-
them? Like you know the tune? Like how would you sing them?
I just made it up.
Oh, that's
I
right.
played
Well,
the
you're good at making
trumpet.
music. Oh, you did?
And so I was really good with
So
reading
you know.
music.
So you're there singing these creepy songs.
I loved that stuff, but I could only read it in the middle of the day. I was
Yeah.
so scared that night.
How about the choose your own adventures ones?
Oh, those
are
are
pretty
didn't
good.
ever read
Oh,
those.
so fun! I did those, and I'd put my fingers in because like I'd always die like after the first page, so I'd have to put like 3 fingers to 3 different paths in case I died.
Yeah, to go back and choose the other
Like
one.
this book has like 600 pages. Why am I dying every like third
Every first
page? Yeah,
You make bad choices.
I know.
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
Better to learn in a book.
Yes.
Um,
So
okay.
with your accounts, do you ever get haters?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
The bigger you're getting, the more haters you get, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Do
recently,
any of them bum you out?
The first, let me think. They always happen, I swear, in threes. That I
Okay.
get like 3 at a
That's
time.
what I told you. Had 3 this week.
I feel like they happen in 3. So when I get 1, I'm like 2 more.
Yeah, they're coming.
Now, one like the first time it happened, I probably like cried and ate lots of food to cope. Probably happens. And then after that, it doesn't affect me at all.
yeah.
Like, it depends on my mood. Like, really.
What are some things they could possibly say that are negative to you?
My favorite is that there's the thing. Let me see if I'm saying it right. The mother wound. I wish I looked it up to remember because it's been a long time since this woman. But something about like the sarcasm and the way that I'm raising my children will forever ruin them, and they will die or whatever. I don't know. It was something about like the sarcasm's like super unhealthy, and I'm raising him in a very unhealthy environment. And I was like, I know. I don't know.
I already know that.
Why
love
are
it.
you being confrontational?
You're like,
I agree.
Why is a person
I
like
got
that,
disagreeing.
Why is a person like that even following you though? Like,
She wasn't following me. That's the worst. Is you can't even like
Trolls.
like block them because they don't even care. So they're just like on there. Because like sometimes a tweet will end up like on an explore
Yeah.
page, or if someone else shares it and they're following that page. And lately I'm getting a lot. Excuse me. I'm getting a lot of your kid didn't say that. A lot.
I love it. Your kids are awesome.
They're funny.
I don't even care if they said it or not. It's super hilarious to
know.
me.
That's what a
Who
lot of people
cares?
say,
No,
but
I
it's
mean,
like,
it's
they
like
do.
it's
There's always truth
like
to everything.
all
Yeah.
comedians
Yeah.
draw from inspiration and
Totally.
then they retell it in a way that makes it comical. And like whether it's true or not, like the way she tells those things are hilarious.
They are.
Yeah, and
Especially
honestly,
the
they
kids'
really, yeah,
conversations.
the kid stuff. I would never just like sit there alone on my couch and make up a conversation. That is the craziest thing to me. I would never
Yeah.
do like, you know,
Like,
what'd be
who
funny?
has time to do that?
My 9-year-old, like, go away. You're not funny enough. I'm gonna have to make stuff up.
Like, oh, I'm over
You're
this.
the worst. But my 3-year-old, she's almost 4. She copies a lot of what I say, and I love it. So that's how I tried to explain to someone recently. I was like, actually, it's just like when kids swear. They swear because their parents
Yeah.
swear,
Yeah.
or they're
They've
around
heard
it.
it
They've heard
somewhere,
it.
yeah.
They're mimicking it.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this. My kids are just. I have been working really hard right now on my 3-year-old to say, what does she say now? Better don't come here with that noise. Get out of here with that noise.
That's
I always
amazing.
tell her to tell it to her brothers when
I
they tease her. I'm like, tell
love
them to
that.
get away with or something along those lines. So I'm just waiting for her to say it 100% on her own. It's like a
that's
tweet
so
it
good.
because it's
My
super
proudest
funny.
moments as a mother when my kids are sarcastic to me.
It's
I'm
so
like,
fun.
you get humor.
Yeah, our middle
love it.
child, he's naturally gifted with it. He's super funny.
That's awesome.
So it's so fun. But yeah, that's probably the biggest one right now is that. And then the funniest to me is that I did one tweet about getting caught throwing the artwork out, which was true. My 6 and 3 at the time, they caught me and they both like confronted me. And it was so funny. Like they brought it from the trash. Like explain this.
That's like flip.
Explain
What
yourself.
is this? You've been caught. And I laughed so hard. So I did get so many. I think people still comment on that one.
That's
like,
so
and that's
good.
bit back. And they're like, I can't believe you threw your child's artwork away. Like,
I
your
do it all the
mother
time.
threw your artwork away. And your teachers did too.
I don't
Yeah.
like being a hoarder, so like when we have a drawer that my daughter puts all her work in, and when that gets full, something's got to go because
That's the way to
I'm
do
I'm
it.
not keeping more than that drawer worth of
Yeah.
artwork.
Yes.
It's probably because
think
my
it's
mom
smart.
had none of my artwork and I was a very good artist. And so, I just
Yeah.
can't have them have artwork when I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Speaking of art, you had a photographer at your house recently, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell us
How-
about
did
that.
you get any hate from that post?
No. None.
I went and looked at that photographer's
I bet you
page,
did.
and it was interesting.
Yeah, tell us a
love
little bit of the
her.
background of this. This is pretty awesome.
That's my friend, Shelby Photo. You should
Mm-hmm.
follow her. I love her photos. They're very moody, sexy.
Yeah, they
And you know what? That is important. When you've been married a long time,
Yeah.
you need to find that part of yourself still.
It's true.
I
Totally.
think so. I'm
Like,
I'm a
keep
believer.
dating, yeah.
Like, make
is
it
this
fun.
part of the
Yeah.
is this part of the marriage counseling for $180?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to
included.
slip that in at the end, but
You've been
blow my
charged.
cover now. So she's my friend, and she knows what her house looks like, and she asked to use it for some of hers, and I know what style she does. I just thought she was doing I legitimately in my mind made up this thing where I assumed it was I had a whole story. I do this to myself all the time. I just make up stories in my head of what the situation is. And I was like, there's some little mom out there who's like, I'm bringing my sexy back. I'm going to do these sexy photos for my husband. And I have
Yeah.
4 kids, and I'm going to sneak away during church, and I'm going to go put on sexy lingerie. And then they're going to use my bathtub because it has a nice big window by it. And so I was like, I'm totally for that. And I wanted to support that mom that I made up in my head. And then as we were leaving for church, because my friend Shelby used our house for the 2-hour block at church. I was like, you have
Perfect
2
timing.
hours. So you could do it that time. And so as we were walking out the door, she's like, oh, I just want you to know that it is a Playboy bunny. And I was like, oh, okay. And then as I was explaining to now Mindy's done too. She doesn't like this story.
Bye.
As I was explaining to Instagram later that I decided not to judge her, the Playboy Bunny, because I didn't know like why she got there. Like, what took her to that place? Maybe as a little girl, she like had this dream and went for it, and she did it.
She did it.
And you have to respect people going for their dreams.
No judgment,
No
but
judging.
a lot of Clorox afterwards.
A lot of Clorox.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there was a Playboy Bunny on our kitchen counter.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
I think it's fine. I'm totally good with
I
it.
think it's fine.
So yeah, I just we had that, and then the next day, like the missionaries came over.
McKay.
Did you
That's fine.
tell them?
No, but the reason that I'm telling you that is because they ate in the same spot,
Oh.
and I didn't really connect that because she was sitting on our counter in the photo shoot, and because of course you want to see the photo like shoot, and it wasn't that aggressive. Like there isn't.
Yeah, you,
Yeah,
you,
I mean-
you
nude.
shared an edited version, and I was like, I can't get the full understanding of what happened without
For
going.
art, you needed to go see the full
Yeah,
thing.
so
I understand.
I made sure I understood what was going on.
I'm so happy for you. So she, yeah. So, and the funny thing about that is, Ben was like, I'm gonna see them, right? And I was like, oh yeah. Oh, do you want to see them, Ben? Do you? And like, I'm throwing like the extra blankets at him so he can sleep on the couch. And he's like, I just want to see what her house looks like.
Let's see what it like.
You could have thrown your surgery in his face, like, oh, is this not good enough for you?
I know, I should have gone bigger, Ben, shouldn't have I? Like that. Then you would love me for who I am. I don't know. Maybe something like that.
Oh, you guys are hilarious.
Yeah. So then, then I posted that the missionaries were over because they were eating Ben's food, and like 10 people immediately were like, "Isn't that where the Playboy Bunny's at?"
Like they just caught on right away. They're like, oh, we.
And I was laughing so hard. And the missionaries were like, "What's funny?" And I'm like, oh, "Just the spirits is funny. God, God's funny."
Have you had a lot of requests for people to come visit since then?
To come, like, because we have Playboy Bunnies hang out at our house.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
When the next one might be.
Lots of husbands. I tell on them.
And you said so.
Just kidding.
That part
No.
you did say one of your neighbors or something wanted to come bring over something.
Yeah, our neighbor, we share a backyard, and I was telling her, I was like, because we have really large windows, and I didn't know it was a Playboy Bunny. I didn't know she was going to use our kitchen. I thought it was just upstairs. So I was like, hey, Alyssa, how's it going? If you look over and you see something at our house, I would like you to know there's a photo shoot going on. We're not into
warning
some
you.
weird new stuff. Like, we're not. It's not like, oh, hey, there's our second wife, like, stuff. It's like, which Ben could get because he's super hot. So just want to throw that out there. He could score a Playboy Bunny. That was for my husband. Anyway, so I warned her, and then she was like, yeah, my husband's going to come over right now in like my bathrobe and a cigar. He's going to ask for a cup of sugar. He said he immediately has to go.
Amazing.
It was funny. It was fun.
awesome.
I love that. I love weird things happening.
That's so cool.
It's all
It's
like
all the random.
you need
Yeah.
that. I need
Yeah.
that in my
Yes.
life. Like,
Yeah.
I love the weird stories, and you have to say yes to stuff to get those. So I'm always
true.
like, yes,
That's true.
let's leave our keys in an unopened locker. Say yes to that. See what happens. I'm mad
live,
fan.
live freely.
Take a chance
I
in life.
know. Take a chance. Get some stories.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, that's what we're here for in life. You know, again, like you said, it's kind of fun. Keep saying no judging, but at the end of the day, I mean, really, like, you know, it's not up to us. Yeah, we've had a lot of. I know. I was just.
He's tired.
No, I was just saying. I was just thinking a lot of. We've just had a lot of funny experiences went through my mind just barely. We're not gonna talk about them here. We can talk about it afterwards.
So
But yeah, I agree with you.
That's good. Well thought out.
So I know we're getting late, but I also wanted to ask you about your writing a book right now, right?
Yeah, I've been writing a book for like
7
10 years.
Okay.
It's way harder than I thought.
What is the premise of the book that you're trying to write?
Well, I wrote about. It's a funny book about depression. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, that is
actually,
it. I'm
people
trying to think of a
avoid
better
the
description.
topic of it, you know?
Yeah.
People just don't want to talk about it.
Well, I put together, and I like it, but then there's like, I don't know. I feel like it's just the process of like you hate your own work, So you do it and then you read it and you're like, this is crap. And then you don't touch it again for a while. And then you start again. And then you like
yeah, that was all
lie
right.
to yourself. You're like, I'm so busy. I've, this and that and whatever. But I did finish the first draft and I felt so excited. And then I read it again and I was like, oh my gosh, this is
So you finished
terrible.
the whole thing.
Yeah, I have like 90,000 words written.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Maybe 85, maybe 70,000
Something.
So what's your next step with that?
to face it again.
You
It's
need,
about
you need to
because
do
I
a
went.
revision or
Do you like an
Yeah.
editor, or how does that work?
Yeah, there's a girl
have-
through Instagram that I'm gonna go
Oh,
through.
cool.
She's gonna edit, and then I don't know.
awesome.
Like worst case, I'll self-publish, and I don't know.
Jerry's sister wrote a book and got it published, and
Yeah, she had someone that kind of like pushed her, and not pushed her, but kind of said gave her deadlines and things. And,
Yeah.
and
I would really like
and
that. If someone would
yeah.
give me a deadline. I really feel like it's good.
next Saturday work for you?
No, I have a lot going. Soccer this week.
What's the soccer?
But yeah, because after my third child, I went through postpartum depression pretty severely, and anxiety, and also rage. So, good job.
Do you
to
think
my
that helps you in the comedy style that you do?
rage overall? Yes.
All of it. Oh,
Yeah.
that whole
No,
experience.
for sure. I feel like you have to go through those. I feel like comedians all have gone through something.
Yeah.
And so, not that I've earned the title yet, but I'm working towards that title. But I feel like, yeah, definitely. It gives you a whole new perspective.
I think the moment you go do stand up, you'll instantly be a comedian.
I don't think that's how it works. And if it did, I feel like the other comedians who've been working for 10 years will kill me.
It's okay. You
So
know,
I don't really want that. You got to put in the work.
Sometimes people come along that just have it, and they don't have to go through as long of a trial period. But
Thanks for believing in me.
I think every time I see your video, I feel like I'm watching a sitcom. I feel like you have the
you.
perfect delivery for a sitcom.
Yeah, just turn it into something that can be.
Listen,
Someone
we
I
decided
mean-
we're just making our own reality show for Jerry. You can just make your own sitcom. Just put it on YouTube.
It's kind of boring.
Yours is?
We're boring.
Maybe I could just like come
Can
in.
you pop in?
Yeah.
Make
I
it a
could
little more
just make up,
exciting.
Liven it
make
up a
up a
little.
character. Someone who's like desperate
This is our
for.
best friends, Sid.
This is my maid. I'm a terrible maid. But you could call me your maid, and then I'll come clean your house. That would be my.
We're like, did she
spot.
come clean today? Because every time
does
she
not
comes,
look
she
like
looks
it.
worse.
Do you know? I don't know how long we have, so you can cut out whatever. But
We have as long as you want.
I drank caffeine on the way here, which was a bad idea. I'll have to take NyQuil next.
To reverse it.
Don't
This is
do
like
that.
Heroin
Let's
and
make-
meth. This is this
Well, what
is
is that?
similar. This is what they do.
This is the uppers and downers that
This
people
is like
take.
Mormon style, like
caffeine.
little bit of
and
caffeine,
NyQuil.
little bit of NyQuil. Looking crazy. Anyway, when I first moved here, I had nothing. I came from nothing. I had nothing. Did you like that joke?
Just the way you said it.
You're sitting front row when I go open mic. I can count on you.
With his old duels.
Yeah, your old duels.
Yeah, you
gonna
can
get
use me as a
roasted,
stage
bro.
I
prop.
couldn't like do his
Stage
line.
prop.
Nobody was
Nobody
there.
would-
They won't know.
Yeah,
I'll
they
still his. That's what comedians
they
do
do.
still.
Totally.
I could do it. Anyway, I had nothing, like literally nothing. I had packed for 1 week and I just stayed in Utah. And I found a basement apartment. I had no money. I immediately got 3 jobs.
Wow.
I worked at a gym, Express.
Express.
Jerry,
Is that?
Literally everything
Did
I wear.
you?
Well, not right
Oh,
now.
no, he didn't work there. That's his favorite.
I literally own like everything from Express.
All the shirts.
Really?
All
Yeah.
the socks.
Well, I worked there and
Which
I
one?
competed as a top seller.
You are awesome.
One girl, she was really good at it. I was like fake good at it.
Jerry was a top seller where he works. Maybe you guys should have a little
A buckle.
salesman
I'm
competition.
good. I listened
bet.
to a
You just
lot
told
of
me.
sells books, positive
Sailboats.
sell
Sailboat,
books.
sailboat. Wait, were you a
Famous for
fashion
caffeine.
place or a
Yeah.
which one? That's
Fashion
the
place.
one. I'm
What,
sure.
what
I probably
years
bumped
did you
into
work
one more.
there?
2004, 2005
So after Jerry.
ish, around there.
Oh, you,
and then also,
you didn't ever work at fashion. You worked at Southtown.
I worked at Mr. Rags at fashion.
Oh, did you?
Back in the day. That was
Mr.
that was my
Rags.
That was his high school job.
FUBU time. But I worked at Buckle at Southtown. And then I worked
I
at the
didn't
Apple
love
store.
it because I'm not really into fashion, so it's very difficult to.
You're like,
I'd be like,
"Well,
ma'am, I don't know if you know, but that shirt's $80. Don't buy it.
There's one
Go to
similar-
Target
yeah,
clearance.
Target has one really similar. It's
Don't
like
do
10
this.
bucks.
So other than that,
Yeah, but Express always has like they always have like a
This is for you,
spend
so
two
whatever.
Sales pitch.
spend $250, get off 50.
I don't
Not
know.
a
Use
lot of
code
people have
half-
250 to spend though.
Right?
No, but they used to do
They
this thing where you
do.
could stack it. So I would stack them. So it'd be like 40% off everything. Buy one, get one half off. And if you spend 200. So, dude, I'd get it for like 70% off.
You spent $1,000.
No.
But
No,
you
no.
got
Worth of
$7,000
material.
worth of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's a good-
Okay,
that's
sorry.
a weird
So you're
time
telling you
for
had
it.
3 jobs. What was your third job?
Office
Max?
Max.
What?
I did not last long. The guy was like, "You're super funny,"
Like,
but I don't know if this is gonna work out. I'm like, quit putting me in the printers. I know nothing about printers. Just let me like clean stuff.
I just instantly
Which
thought.
which is
have
the
you
point
ever
of the
watched?
story.
You didn't watch Friends, but did you watch The Office?
I've seen a few episodes, yes.
Oh man, I can't even tell that joke.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry.
Killing us tonight.
I-
What shows did you watch that are like sitcoms?
I watched Game of Thrones.
Dead. And Ron is dead.
Okay,
Ron's head
let's
is
start
big.
with definitions of sitcoms first.
This is the fundamental problem here.
Oh gosh.
We all need to be on the same
I would like
page.
to, at this moment, I would like to tell you that I don't watch television.
But this is what makes it so genius, is that she doesn't have to watch sitcoms to get ideas. Like, this is her, you know?
No, I just
Which
was
is-
thinking of an episode of The Office where Dwight worked at Office Max, and so I was picturing her in Dwight's shoes.
Probably was similar. I know who Dwight is.
See?
I would like to meet him in person and
He's funny.
He would
get
be-
coffee or something.
His name's like Rain or something.
Rainn Wilson.
Rain.
I would hang out with him. Yeah, I don't really. I really like to listen to audiobooks.
It's exciting.
That's what I do.
So do you listen to this in your minivan, or where are you listening to these? It's
I
like,
put
hey
my
Siri,
Beats headphones on so my kids won't talk to
like
me.
the big ones.
Yeah,
Is
the
this
bigger the
sponsored?
better.
Is this sponsored that you put your Beats headphones on?
Yes, they sponsor me.
Send us some Beats.
Also, this Nike sweatshirt that I'm wearing.
We got
these
Express,
Lulu-
My
Express.
Lulu
Prada
pants.
mini.
We're name dropping everything.
Prada lined, everything.
It's very fancy.
What is your favorite comedian, or like what comedians do you draw inspiration from, if at all? Like you must like T.J. Miller, but is there anybody else?
Because I just went to see him. I don't really like this question because I don't know who any of them are. Just kidding. Okay. I really
people.
I love Dimitri.
Oh, man.
What's his last name?
Yes.
Dimitri.
You must love him.
Martin.
Yeah.
I like Dimitri Martin a lot. I like Kevin Hart, and I'm trying to remember the other guy that I really like. I like Bill Burr. Can we just do
It's
this
okay.
one over?
It's okay.
He is
You
Bill
just call them by
Blur.
first names.
When you've
Okay,
had too
Bill.
much NyQuil, it is Bill Blur.
Yeah, Burr. He's super funny. I really like, honestly, like I don't know how people have time to sit and watch TV or watch stuff. I really don't.
Yeah.
I like if I were put on the red carpet, they would kill me. I would have no idea who was there to take photos and who was there to be in a movie and who was there to drive someone home. No idea. I'm
This-
not like I
Did
hope
you see the video of someone trying to give Jerry Seinfeld a hug?
I would
it's like
know
gone
him.
viral.
No.
No way.
Yeah, so someone goes up and they're like, "Can I have a hug?" And he's like, "No." And she's like, "Please." And he's like, "No, thanks." And he kind of gets a little like it's all being filmed. He's being like interviewed. And she walks off and he's like, "I don't even know who that was." And they're like, "It was Kesha." He was like, "Oh." He was like, "No."
But
Like,
that's Jerry Seinfeld. He
Please
can
get
do
away.
that. If
He
I
acted-
did that, it would be different. They're like that little mess nest.
He
knows
acted
nothing.
like he acted like that when he was on our second episode of the podcast.
Oh.
Remember, Jerry? He
I
just was
did.
very defensive.
He wouldn't give you a hug
No, Jerry Seinfeld.
when he was on your podcast.
Remember?
No, I feel like this is a flaw in my personality, though. I probably should know more of like culture, pop
It's
culture.
fine. It's
Why?
fine.
I know like some things, but I don't know.
You could use that in your act, though. The fact of being
So
unknowing.
oblivious.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think that would be really funny because people would think you'd be joking,
It's like, oh,
but
no,
you
she's
wouldn't. And
serious.
so the people that know you would be even
She
funnier.
literally-
There,
if
I
you're
know,
not.
like, okay, when I was in the hospital for a very long time with my pregnancy with my last one, and so I was on bed rest in the hospital. I could not watch TV. I couldn't. I tried.
Audiobooks.
Well, yeah, that was the only thing that got me. But I did watch a lot of stand up, but I don't remember their names.
Yeah.
I just forget.
We
And
would
so
do
that's
that
my
driving
problem.
from California. We'd just listen to stand up like on Pandora or something.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It makes it go by so fast.
Yeah,
It does.
that's what
driving
got
like,
me
oh my
through it
gosh.
was stand-up
There
comedy.
is a new one on Comedy Central on Netflix. You should go watch. It's Ronnie Chang, I think is his name. And
Okay, I know who he is. If you
He
say the
is-
name, I will probably know.
Yeah, I guess he's on. He's on.
super funny.
He's on Trevor Noah's show. What's that?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's a
The-
correspondent on that show, but he had a stand-up on Netflix that is so funny. So you should go watch that
I'll
one.
have to check it out.
You should take this whole part out because I knew nothing.
That's what
I
makes it
actually,
great.
but I'm
Delete.
more inspired by
If
people who are
anybody's
not funny.
actually still watching this
I
by this
know.
point,
They're
like
gonna- it's terrible.
they're so hardcore that
They don't care what I
We can just
say.
say anything and they're going to
Okay.
be happy. So
Phew.
because
But-
most people just watch the first 5 minutes, be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Dang, I should have.
Which
You
is
should have been funnier in the first 5.
Well, we'll just move the mess nest to the front.
Okay, was that good?
I mean, that was pretty good. That
Do
was
you wanna
right
just
at the
start
beginning.
I'll
all
make the
over.
trailer for it. I'll make the
Hey,
trailer
this
for
is
it.
Jerry
All your best
Chidester.
parts.
Chit Chat with Chiddy. I'm Jerry Chidester, MD. I'm a medical doctor. Today,
You all in on that?
Got it down.
I do really find inspiration from like people who are not funny. Like I
Like-
love Mother Teresa.
try.
I love her. I can listen to her. I've listened to all of the audiobooks
her
available.
audiobooks?
Yes.
I wouldn't have known she had any audiobooks.
Yeah, there's audio of her.
She's got a
It's
TED
so
Talk
good.
too.
She just. I really like. I love David Goggins.
Who?
Have you listened to Goggins?
I don't know. Who is? I actually don't know who that is.
Wait, what's his name?
Is it David Goggins?
What does he do?
That
Now I'm
sounds familiar.
questioning. He's
so
like he just is a superhuman who's like accomplished a lot.
Oh.
Like I don't know,
Is he the-
Marines. He's amazing. I get really inspired by like people who are like serious and focused and like type A.
What's that one
That
guy
must-
that climbed Yosemite with the free Adam handle or something? Handling?
I should look it up. I'd probably like him.
It probably makes
Dude, he's
sense that
amazing.
your comedy style seems so unique is in the fact that like
I'm
you
not
do-
drawing from anything.
Yeah,
it's just
you're
like
not-
space.
It's just
in
like
there.
there's
That's
absolutely
what's awesome.
nothing in there you're drawing from.
Zero. There's absolutely zero I'm drawing from.
That would make sense though,
I
because
know.
you definitely have a unique style.
But that's the thing. A
Thanks.
lot of these like comedians like that are so good. That is. They, I mean, they have inspirations, but really, like it's them. Like they're coming up with the stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. You know, that's
I mean,
why
I
it's so
really
original.
do like Ellen, her stand up.
Yeah, she's
Her stand up I
she's
felt like
so
was
good.
similar because it's just
Yeah.
like clean and ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I feel like Ellen and I are basically
She
the
had
same.
one, I think it was in her last stand up that she did. She's clean throughout the whole thing, and then she drops one F bomb in the perfect timing, and it just is so
amazing.
funny.
Yeah.
I love it when people drop an F bomb out of nowhere.
Like a time.
It makes it.
Forever.
I
it's
really
the
love
funniest
the F
F-bomb.
word. I didn't honestly until after postpartum rage. It's a true story.
My wife hates it. It's one of my favorite words. But
It's now. It's one of mine now too. I like it. Got me through postpartum depression
I used
when
to-
Beyonce said it. I
I
know who
had-
she is.
You know, Beyonce.
I actually was going to ask that earlier. Do you know who
If I know
Beyonce?
I love Beyonce. I love her Lemonade.
I had a
album.
big argument with my 11th grade English teacher about curse words because I'm like, listen, there's no reason to stigmatize these words because at some point, someone just decided long ago this word has a negative connotation. But prior to that point, it was just a regular word. So I choose to view all words equally. So that's why I just
No judging.
drop F-bombs whenever I want. Except when I'm
I-
around Jerry, I don't do it.
I never
That's true, he
actually
doesn't.
swear.
I'm very respectful.
I just
around
like
other
it. I say it in my head aggressively.
Yeah.
Like
All
right,
the
I'll
time.
say it right now in my head.
Well, I'll add some bleep. Let's just like stare at the camera.
Just random bleeps.
Let's just stare at the camera and I'll just drop bleep.
Head,
That was a lot of
you know?
bleeps, so
I actually said bleep in my head on accident.
that's not a swear word.
Even when I edit them in my tweets, I say it edited in my head.
That's awesome. I love it.
It's a true story.
Well, Sydney, thank you so much. Mindy had to run off. Kids are going to
She
bed.
hated this too.
We really appreciate you for spending some time with us here, coming to our humble abode, hanging out on our sectional,
Yes.
making us laugh and cry in a funny way.
I hope someone watches.
You
We'll
had
get some.
wanted to do a podcast a long time ago. Does this make you even less want to do it?
Actually, this made me want to give up on all of my ambitions.
Well, good.
You heard it
'cause
here
this
first.
waste
That means-
of time.
Mission is accomplished.
This made me realize how far I have to go, and that if I'm here on your couch, that is clear. that is clearly out of reach.
Making people have suicidal thoughts since 2019.
I'm going to go get my minivan that still smells of meth, and I'm going to give up.
Sniff it all.
Thank you for your time.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna my cheeks are gonna be so sore tomorrow. Well, you guys, thank you so much. This again, this is Jerry Chidester. This is Terry Tidler.
Oh, the secret word. Let's re-emphasize that. That was mest nest.
Nest.
But it's actually the mess
The,
nest.
you can't-
You want it to be the mess
The mess
nest.
nest.
Okay.
Nest,
3
nest.
words.
Nothing to do with.
The mess nest. The mess nest.
Shady.
MESSEDNEST.
There's still some
This is
tweets
for a
out there.
free
with-
lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's still there. You can look it up on Twitter. And what's the second part to it?
Oh yeah. Let's do your birth month.
Birth
So,
month. So you have to say the mess nest, and then
we make
you're
this so
born on.
complicated, but that's why so the people this last week, there's only going to be 12 people who qualified for it, so
Free food at Quiznos.
makes it a better
Maybe
odds
they're
for
just
you.
embarrassed, like,
Maybe they're intimidated by
to
us.
meet you. Like, I don't know. There's people I wouldn't want to have lunch with because I'd be intimidated.
I like the odds. 1 out of 12 are going to get to go to lunch with them, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks, you guys. Next week we're gonna have it's going to be our mini series again. So this
Yeah, when they see this though, that's going to have already aired. So
we're alternating every week though.
yeah, so when this is not airing Monday,
Yeah, but
the
after
reality
this-
is going to air Monday, and this is going to air after the second episode of the reality.
I'm not sure if anyone's going to watch this, guys.
Yeah.
It's very long.
No, we're going to. Anyway, again, follow her at Cydbeer on Instagram, and then on Twitter, same thing, right? Yeah, same thing.
Cyd.
Cydbeer, CYD, BER,
There's a
like
story
the
behind
beer.
that, but we'll
The
not
beer.
go there.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys. We will see you next time.
Chit chat with Chiddy, Chidester MD, specialized in hand anesthetic surgery. Kickstart my day, grab some Thai food on the way. Call me the taste bud surgeon as you watch me stuff my face. Rocket Jordans with my suit, I'm a true gentleman. BMW matted black, used to ride a minivan. Augment reality, upsize and get a lift. Give that nose a job if you really need to see it shift. Got them wrinkles running scared, kill them with some Botox. Keep your face looking fresh like my 50 pairs of shock. Chi-town, Saudi Arabia, high school, college at the U. Loma Linda, USC, back to Utah round 2. Not just simply tight, like some creamer, I'm half and half. Watch me drop it like it's hot when you really need to laugh. 7-finger tummy tuck, everything in between. Hit me up on Instagram, create reality from a dream. Chit chat with Chitty. Chit chat with Chitty. Chit chat with Chitty. Chit chat with Chidester MD.